Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Captain CA here, and today's lesson, well, it's not a lesson, it's more about me giving you information. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 inshore baits for the month of June. Stay tuned. We're going to jump up here in my brand new skiff and talk about it. Okay, top 5 inshore baits for the month of June. Now, in June, you start seeing more of the activity on the outside barrier islands. You're not seeing them further up in bays or in the backs of creeks. Not to say that there aren't fish there, because there are residential fish there. But by and large, most of the activity are going to be on the mouths of these big bays, the mouths of these bigger river systems, and on all those barrier islands and keys. That's where you're going to find tarpon, snook, cobia, bluefish, larger speckled trout that are headed to cooler, deeper water, and plenty of bull redfish. So, what's the number 5 bait that I enjoy using this time of year? It would be this one right here. This one is the Z-Man 5-inch Hercules. Now the 5-inch Hercules weighs 5/8 of an ounce, and it has a pretty sturdy, I'm going to say 2XD hook in it. So you can't use a flimsy flat rod to fish this. I fish this on a 7'3", medium heavy, fast action rod, like a 10 to 20 pound rod. And it does really well. I could even step it up to a 12 to 25 pound rod with a fast action, and I would do just as well. Most of this is about being able to accomplish the long cast with it. It gets to depth. It is very appealing for those of you that are fishing in current. And I can tell you personally that big bull redfish and snook love this bait. But there's just about everything down there, gag grouper, whatever, will eat it. I like to use this bait mostly in depths that are generally deeper than 5 feet. So I'm using this in a lot of the inlets and passes and deeper swash channels and creek mouths around my area, and doing very well. Some of my favorite colors are bad shad. I do like, if you've got that tannic stained water, which we're going to have plenty of because we've got rain everywhere right now. I would say the Houdini color would be another one. But pearl white, you can't go wrong. So that was number 5. Let's go to number 4. Number 4, I'm going to switch it up on you a little bit. This is for all my guys that want to kayak fish, want to wade fish, want to fish out of their micro skiffs, and just more or less sight fish. In some areas, in my zone, we have these expanses of nice sandy flats, or maybe you live in an area out in Texas where you have big plains of turtle grass or eelgrass, but you've got sloughs or guts full of sand or potholes. One of my favorite baits for this is the 4th bait, and that is the flats bug from Bugs Fishing. I like this in the 1/4 ounce sizes. I like it in those tan or off-white colors. I call them blonde colors. They do a really good job of imitating small bait fish and shrimp. They land so soft and they have so much action with very little movement. But you can power fish with them, rolling it along the bottom, stopping, rolling it along the bottom, stopping, rolling along and it gives it this nice little gentle hop. They work extremely well, especially on pressured fish. So whether you're a bone fisherman, whether you're a red fisherman, whether you're fishing those spooky snook that are on beaches, this is a lure, I promise you, that you're going to want to have in your BUZBE tackle bag in the month of June. Let's move on to number 3. The 27 MR Mirrolure XL. One of my all-time favorite baits in a lot of times during the year, just not the month of June. I like this bait. It's the right size for this time of year. Very pilchard, very bunker-like, very pinfish-like. Comes in a variety of colors. I love this skin series. This skin series is a great series to have. If you're a striper fisherman, if you're a snook fisherman, if you're fishing those big trout, they're on those rock groins on the beach. If you like to tangle with the bigger bluefish, this is the lure for you in the month of June. Excellent, excellent bait. I work it with a little bit more enthusiasm or a more caffeinated pace this time of year, so it's not a lot of twitch, twitch, and wait. It's twitch, 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 stop, twitch, 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 twitch. I mean, really keeping it going all the time. Water temperatures are up. The fish, their appetite, especially at low light in the morning and moving in those first few hours after dawn, is exceptional. That's when they're going to feed. So if you want to use a bait, in my opinion, that is absolutely going to put you in the predator zone, use this one. I'm telling you right now. Rods that would be great to throw this with, anything, in my opinion, that is 7'2" to 7'6". You're probably going to want, again, a medium heavy, because this bait has a little bit of weight to it. It weighs about a ½ ounce. And because the trebles are a little bit larger, I would still go with a fast. You could get away with moderate fast, but I would still go with a fast action for tip. So that, my friend, is the tip for bait number 3. What is going to be bait number 2? You're going to find out right now. Bait number 2 is the 80 Aqua Dream White Spoon. Now, for those of you that are in my FlatsClass University courses, you knew that this was the bait of the month this month, and there was a reason for it. What's nice about this white spoon is the fact that the white spoon appeals to more than just redfish. You're going to catch snook, trout, bluefish, Spanish mackerel. It catches everything. If you're going to use a smaller profile bait this time of year, where you have to negotiate, suspended vegetation, grass sheds in the water, or surface sheds, this is an excellent bait to use. You can work it over rock, you can work it over grass, and the more contact it makes or deflects off bottom stuff by reeling, stopping, reeling, twitch, 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 reeling, 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 let it fall for a second, reel, 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 twitch, twitch, twitch. That intermittent action that you're providing on that spoon will generate some incredible bites, not only from redfish. A lot of you think spoons mean redfish. It's more than redfish. The white spoon is a deadly weapon in the month of June. I bet you're guessing what number 1 is, especially if you're a snook guy. Number 1 bait for those inshore anglers for the month of June. Well, I know this probably only relates to guys in the furthest south Texas or the furthest south in Florida, probably from my area down. And that is the First Light jigs. It's a giant bucktail jig. You see it right here. Okay. You can use this in 3/4, 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce sizes, 2 ounce sizes. It depends on the depth that you're fishing and the amount of current. But if you're looking to tangle with big summer snook that are in the spawning areas around passes and around inlets, it's really hard to beat a First Light jig or the old red tail hawk, any of those larger bucktails that are real full with a longer tail. Now you can peg a soft bait on the back of these things to give it a little bit more action. A lot of guys will put the big ribbon worm on the back of it. But in my experience, the brighter colors or just the standard red and white that is depicted here work the absolute best. To work this bait, you're not going to basically what I call jig it. You're going to throw it up in the tide, up tide, and let it work back down to you with the tide. When you cast it up there, count it down and start reeling. Every once in a while, give it a little sweep up, but you're just reeling. You're not bouncing it. You're reeling it. You want it to where you might feel cover for a second and you reel it again. You just want it down low above the zone where those snook are just in there. You will be surprised. You will catch Goliath grouper. You will catch cobia. You will sting a tarpon every once in a while and lose one of these jigs. But most of the time, if you're in South Florida or South Texas, you're going to tangle with a big snook. And what do I quantify as big? Anything that's over 33 inches is big. It's outside the slot. So that would be my tip for you for this time of year inshore. Those 5 baits are going to put you on the path to success. Now, if you're fishing those jigs, those big First Light jigs, especially the heavier versions, remember, you're going to have to use those 12 to 25 pound weight rods that are fast. They got to be a fast. So they're going to be medium heavy to heavy action rods with a fast tip. So keep that in mind. Hopefully you guys are out there stretching a line this weekend as we move into Father's Day. And for me, I'm going to keep these videos going. You guys keep those rods bent, and I'll see you back here later this week. We have a video that drops every day. If you want more in-depth drill down information than I can provide for you here, go over to FlatsClassUniversity.com. Our online courses are second to none. You'll want to be a part of them, I promise you. That's all I've got for you now. Until next time, signing off, Captain CA.